Afternoon. This video documentation is in regards to the 08 to 14 WRX headlights. So I just want to explain a little bit regarding the C-LEDs and the grounding negative. I understand that you watched the video before regarding the tap splices and whatnot. Since your mechanics mentioned that he's already checked the tap splice and that's not the issue. So here's the reason why that the tap splice is needed. So essentially, these four wires are actually controlling the signal lights. This red wire and black wire is controlling the C-LED. You can see that they're paired with two negative wires, right? So yellow, black, red, black. So they have independent grounding wires coming out from each fixtures. That leads to this bundle right here to the main connector. So what we found out, currently I have an alligator clamp on the two pins right now, but the green and yellow. So these are two of the grounding negatives for the signal lights, and then the C-LED. For whatever reason, on your factory connector, what we found out during our testing phase when we were installing these headlights on a local vehicle is that you're missing a pin slot for one of the grounding negatives. So that was a little bit concerning. So the quick way to figure this out, how to get both working, was to borrow one of the other grounding negatives by tapping these wires together. So that way you got both of them grounded to get them the positive wires working. So if you can help me out on your end, since you're mentioning that the C-LED doesn't work, I'm asking you to go ahead and manually ground both of these grounding negatives to power on the signal lights and the C-LEDs. So just for the testing purposes. So if you can help me make a video real quick on your end regarding the bench testing of this from this connector, this is going to help me out show my vendor. So right now I have two alligator clamps. These are going to be two of my negative leads. I'm going to go ahead and put on the two first pins. So see how the design of the connector, you'll see two teeth on top, one teeth on the side. So make sure the connector have this orientation, and I'm pretty much grounding these two negative wires. There's four grounding wires total, but I'm starting with these two wires on the side. So, alright, stick the alligator clamp on that first, and the outer pin next. So I have these two grounded right now. So once these two grounded, I'm just going to simply take my positive lead. I'm going to use a 12-volt power supply right here. I'm going to go ahead and bench these headlights. You're going to see something light on front of here. So I'm trying to trigger on the signal lights and the C-LEDs. So first I'll start with the signal lights, which is a yellow wire on the main connector. So you see that light up, no problem. Next I'm going to light up the C-LED, which is actually the red wire next to the yellow wire on the main connector. You can see the C-LED lights up, no issues. Turn off, power on. Take off power, put on power again. So just so that you can see the action, what I'm doing regarding the connector, I'm simply introducing power to the positive pins. So from the main connector, the yellow wire right here is going to be your signal lights. The red wire right next to the yellow wire is your positive for the C-LED. You must have both of them grounded, otherwise you're going to figure out which grounding negative belongs to which positive functions. But if you have both of them grounded like this, testing both of these pins shouldn't be no problem. So power on one more time. So again, if you have access to a 12-volt power supply or a car battery that's separate from your vehicle's connection, you can go ahead and run the thin gauge wires. If you have alligator clamps, it makes the job a lot easier. Go ahead, ground both of those negative, and then power each of those positive pins. And that way, if you can verify that the signal light works and the C-LED works, then it might be the matter of getting the tap splice in better contact so that the grounding negative can carry over for the C-LED function. So I just wanted to ask for your assistance on this last bit of part on the bench testing. If you can also do the same by video documenting, I have something to show my vendor. This concludes the video documentation. Thank you so much for your time.